Alright, Musashi versus Space Ishtar. Who's the best arts farmer in FGO? It's Space Ishtar. Congrats, Rune fans. Go home. Space Ishtar wins everything. But wait, are you a whale who can't get enough of absolute brain-dead farming? Do you enjoy watching this bodacious unit absolutely jet ski through enemies at the speed of waifu? And boy, do I have the case for you. I have scoured the internet, poured countless hours over NP calculations, and dug into the deepest of holes to bring you the answers you seek. Now, let the trial of Musashi Berserker versus Space Ishtar begin. Musashi Berserker, the swordswoman turned jet ski summer beauty, is the absolute best servant for UNGABUNGA farming. And when I say UNGABUNGA farming, I mean absolutely doing the highest amount of damage against almost every class after using all skills on turn 1, and getting 100% charged every wave, meaning no Mystic Code skills and no having to think about what skills to use on turn 2 or 3. For the purposes of UNGABUNGA simplicity, we're assuming a double Artoria caster comp, all unit skills 10-10-10, and all skills activated on the first wave. When it comes to farming certain waves, Musashi's requirements can vary drastically, going anywhere between NP2 with a simple 3-star CE to NP4, max grails, max gold foes, and the level 5 tropical summer Mystic Code. So, let's get into it. For most free quests, with enemies besides triple assassin or berserker waves, those being saber, archer, lancer, rider, and casters, Musashi is able to reliably farm at NP2 with only a level 1 tropical summer or fragment of 2004 Mystic Code without requiring a craft essence inner slot. However, if you just want to UNGABUNGA and not have to use Mystic Code skills, then Musashi will simply need a non-maximum broken 3-star CE, such as the CE Light of Intellect, or the blue-black Keys. When it comes to assassin waves, Musashi Berserker can still farm just as easily at NP2, with the level 3 Tropical Summer Mystic Code without a CE. If you want to use UNGABUNGA tactics here, and not worry about Mystic Code skills after turn 1, then she'll be needing either a Max Limit Broken Formal Craft CE or a Max Limit Broken Sign of the Smiling Face, the latter of which will be coming during the rerun of the Enmate event this coming New Year's. And finally, for the worst Berserker waves you'll encounter in a free quest, Musashi Berserker at NP2 will require either one of these two setups: a non-max limit broken Sign of the Smiling Face with a level 1 Tropical Summer Mystic Code, or a non-max limit broken Formal Craft CE with a level 4 Tropical Summer Mystic Code. If you're willing to forgo UNGABUNGA tactics, then you can use either of these comps shown from xNaya's demo video, linked in the description below. However, if we choose to forget Mystic Code skills and go for the most UNGABUNGA of tactics, Musashi will be required to be at NP4, max grailed, gold foed up to at least 1360 extra attack, and be equipped within max limit broken Art of the Poison Snake CE at max level 80. If you're able to meet all those requirements, congratulations! You have yourself the fastest, hardest, and simplest farming servant to ever come to your Chaldia. If you really want to flex on your free-to-play friends while letting them 3-turn farm using your Musashi Berserker, then I've got the setup for you. If you want your Musashi Berserker to carry your free-to-play friends, 3-turn farming some of the hardest Berserker waves as a support unit, then your Musashi Berserker will need to be at least NP4, max grailed, gold foed up to at least 1384 attack, and have a max limit broken level 100 Painting Summer CE equipped. And if you're able to meet all those requirements, then the only units your friends will need will be a Paracelsus, Caster Gil, and their own Castoria once she releases next year. Paracelsus as a permanent 3-star is relatively easy to obtain from either front point rolls or regular rolls. Caster Gilgamesh, as of the day this video releases, is currently on raid up on the current Summer 3 banner until July 28th. And if you happen to miss his raid up, he is still a permanent 4-star, so he has a chance to spook you in any of your future rolls or during the class summoning campaign.
Oh, please. No, come on.
So he has a chance to spook you in any of your future rolls.
Oh, God.
As for Castoria, she is going to be one of the must-have units of next year, and I would highly recommend everyone, whales and free-to-play alike, to save for some sane quartz for her debut. One of the biggest perks to Musashi Berserker is her speed, and I'm not just talking about her jet ski animation. When it comes to farming lotto events, for some of us, it no longer becomes an issue of how many golden apples or rainbow apples we have, but rather an issue of time. When comparing Musashi Berserker side by side with Space Ishtar on the same free quest, observed from xNaya's Castoria loop demonstration video, Musashi finishes her free quest in 1 minute and 45 seconds when recording after first skill usage, compared to Space Ishtar's 1 minute and 57 seconds after her first skill usage. Both use the exact same CE, supports, and similar mystic codes. Now I know xNaya probably wasn't trying to speedrun these events, but they were good estimations for their timings. Musashi's time advantage of 12 seconds over Space Ishtar's is one that will provide a significant edge when it comes to farming triple enemy waves during lotto events, at least for those of us gunning for 500 or so boxes. However, it is important to note that Space Ishtar is still the best when it comes to farming 2 enemy waves. Although, if you're worried about the rewards of the level 90 plus lotto nodes in the future compared to the easier level 90 nodes, I'll be covering that in the next section. So that begs the question, how does Musashi Berserker really stack up to lotto events? When it comes to the lotto events, such as Guildfest or the upcoming Bunnyfest event next year, the most optimal team comps typically require all servants to have a Lotto CE in their slot. Some Lotto CEs provide a buff to starting NP charge, NP gain, or both. However, for a worst case scenario where the Lotto CE provides no form of NP gauge or NP gain buffs, and the Lotto quest enemies are nearly all Berserkers, we'll be using the Lotto free quest third term hero from the Lotto event Bunnyfest, which comes in September of 2022. Before we get into this free quest, there is a Lotto quest one level above it, third term legend. These quests will drop both Lotto tickets and all event currencies, but typically take longer to 3-turn farm and much more specialized comps. And according to farming data from App Media, they appear to drop the same amount of individual Lotto tickets, but the only advantage being the event shop currency. So if you've already cleared out the event shop or simply don't need any of the remaining items within the shop, the third term hero quest will be your best bet for farming the rest of the event. Now, this worst case scenario free quest is for the absolute most UNGABUNGA of masters, with no NP gain CE equipped and no plug suiting in other supports for the sake, oh my god. And no plugging in other supports for the sake of time efficiency. Musashi Berserker will need to be at least NP level 4, max grilled, max gold thode, and have at least a level 5 tropical summer mystic code. Here's the table where you can see the NP refund and damage numbers calculated for each wave. For those who are curious, I will leave a link in the description to the document that contains all of these stats. That document will also include links to the websites as well as this very specific stats that you use to get the numbers you see on screen. Without further ado, let's continue. If you're free to play or a Dolphin Master and plan on saving for MP2 Space Ishtar, she will not require any grailing, gold foes, or mystic code to 3-turn farm this quest with the Lotto CE. Seriously though, if you want a meme and flex your UNGABUNGA whale muscles, this is the event to do it. While Musashi Berserker is coming around the corner, Castoria herself will not debut for another year from the date of this video. So, how viable is Musashi Pre-Castoria? Well, Musashi can farm against most classes except Berserkers with a Noble B K-Scope, Double Tamamo, and a Battle Swap Paracelsus at only NP2, no Grails, no Gold Foes. Her damage at NP2 is also very respectable, dealing about 221,000 damage per enemy on the first wave, and 180,000 damage per enemy for the second and third wave. As for NP2 Space Ishtar, she is also still usable Pre-Castoria in the current quick meta, requiring a Waiver, Scotty, and only a level 1 fragmented 2004 Mystic Code. Space Ishtar's damage can get pretty wonky and has a risk of not even clearing the first wave, depending on the skills used and the total enemy health pool. However, if Space Ishtar is able to clear the first wave, her 3-turn 20% MP damage overcharge ability will help her clear the later second and third waves as the damage stacks with each NP. In summary, when putting Musashi Berserker and Space Ishtar side by side, they clearly excel at their specific niches while also being overall top-tier farmers, with Musashi Berserker having the fastest farming times and dealing higher damage against most enemies, and Space Ishtar being able to farm Berserkers with a lower NP requirement and also being able to farm double enemy wave free quests. So, after all that, who will you be summoning? The UNGABUNGA Swordswoman, or the Space Goddess wave who will make you go? feel free to share your thoughts. And if you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe below. I also stream on Twitch up here, and say stuff on Twitter up here. With that, I hope you learned something from all this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters!